The sun hung above Interstate 77 as Mike and Amanda Dawson coasted into the tiny Ohio town of Fairbrook. It was supposed to be a quick pit stop, no more than 30 minutes, just long enough to let the engines cool down and get a bite to eat before continuing south to Lexington. They parked beside a battered red gas pump in front of a place called Millie's Diner. A neon sign buzzed over the door, and a cardboard cutout of a smiling slice of pie promised homemade since 1953. The place looked frozen in time. "I think I'm starving," Amanda said, brushing a lock of auburn hair behind her ear. "You said that 2 exits ago," Mike replied with a grin. They stepped inside and were hit with the scent of fried bacon, old coffee, and warm syrup. The place was nearly empty. Just a trucker in the corner booth nursing a black coffee and a waitress refilling sugar canisters. A muted radio played Old Pasty Klein. They picked a booth near the front window. Amanda opened a worn menu. "This is charming." A little creepy, but charming. Mike didn't answer. He was staring at the small black device on the table. A coin-operated napkin-holder-sized machine with a glass dome and a printed question card inside. The Seer knows all. Ask a yes or no question. 1 cent. "Look at this thing," he said. "Like a fortune teller in a miniature." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a penny, dropping it into the slot machine. The machine flipped, and a card slid out the side. "Don't take the next step." Mike raised an eyebrow. "Vague, but okay." Amanda rolled her eyes. "It's just a novelty, like those magic 8 balls." He inserted another penny. "Will we make it safely to Lexington today?" The machine clacked. "The odds are not in your favor." Amanda stiffened. "That's a little more specific." He laughed it off. "Coincidence. These things are written to apply to anything. Let's just order," she said, signaling the waitress. By the time the food arrived, Mike had asked the Seer 7 more questions. "Will our car break down again?" "It already has." "Is something going to hurt us?" "Maybe not today." Amanda put her fork down. "Okay, enough. You're creeping me out." But Mike was staring at the machine, eyes narrowing, fingers idly spinning a penny on the tabletop. "Don't you think it's strange? The answers aren't generic. They're reactive." "It's a gimmick," she said sharply. "We've been on the road too long, that's all." He ignored her. "Should we stay in Fairbrook for a while?" "Yes, until 3:17 p.m. Amanda snorted. "Why that exact time?" Mike checked his watch. "It's 2:39 p.m. right now." "Let's leave now," she said. "I'm not letting some toy tell me when it's safe to drive." He hesitated. "Mike." He stood reluctantly and paid the bill. As they stepped outside, the sun had dimmed behind the thick clouds. A rumble of thunder rolled in the distance. They started walking towards the car when a red delivery truck sped around the corner, screeching to avoid a child who had darted into the road. Mike yanked. Amanda backed to the curb just in time. The truck smashed into the gas pump where their car was parked. An explosion of fire and metal erupted. They hit the ground, shielding their heads as shrapnel flew past them. When they sat up, Mike looked at his watch. It's 3:18 p.m. Back in the booth, his hands were shaking. He dropped 3 pennies into the Seer. "Did it know about the crash?" "You were warned." "Are we in danger if we leave now?" "Wait." Amanda grabbed his wrist. "We have to go. This is just coincidence, Mike." but he was already feeding it another coin. When can we leave safely? After the clock strikes 4 p.m. The waitress came by a coffee refill. You folks okay? Mike asked her. This machine, do people actually take it seriously? The waitress smiled a tired smile. Some do. Long time ago, a couple stayed here all night once, afraid to get back on the road. Said the seer told them they'd die if they left. What happened? Amanda asked. Next morning, they were gone. Heard later they were in a crash near Chillicothe. Woman died, man survived. Amanda's mouth went dry. Let's just go, she whispered. Please. Mike stared at the seer. It saved us once. It didn't save us, Mike. It guessed. And now you're feeding it like it's God. He didn't answer. Amanda stood up. You're letting this thing control you. I'm leaving. She marched out. He didn't follow. She paced outside in the lot. Minutes passed. She looked back through the window. Mike still in the boot, bent over the machine. Finally, he emerged, eyes haunted. It said, if I walk out now, something terrible will happen. I'm not doing this, Amanda snapped. We are not prisoners to a penny arcade toy. He looked torn. Just wait with me. 30 more minutes. She shook her head. Mike, if we give in to this, what's next? Do we ask it whether we should have kids? Where we should live? When to breathe? A gust of wind blew open the diner door behind them. Mike looked at the seer, then at Amanda. Then he took her hand. Let's go. They walked to the edge of the lot. Mike turned back to the booth one last time. Inside the window, another couple had just sat down. The man laughed as he fed a penny into the seer. The woman looked concerned. The machine clicked. Welcome. You already know the answer. They found a motel that night 2 towns over. Amanda was quiet as she unpacked. Mike couldn't stop glancing at the clock. You're still thinking about it, she asked. Yeah, I feel like it's following me. That machine. It knew things. No, she said, touching his hand gently. You knew things. It just echoed your fear. He stared at her, unsure. 6 months passed. Winter came and went. Mike hadn't spoken of the seer since. He seemed better, calm, until one day, Amanda came home to find him hunched over his desk, surrounded by tiny slips of paper, each one handwritten with questions. Mike, he looked up slowly. I made my own. It doesn't have the dome or the clack, but it works the same. No, she whispered. You promised. He held up a slip of paper. This one says, don't open the door tonight. What if it's right? She backed away. You need help. He looked past her, toward the door. Outside, someone knocked. They froze. A second knock. It's probably the neighbor's kid, she said nervously. But Mike was trembling. He whispered, just wait until morning, just to be safe. And they did. When morning came, there was nothing on the doorstep but a package. Inside was a wedding photo. The picture they had taken at Millie's diner. Only they had never taken a picture there. No return address. Just a note. The seer never lets go. If you enjoyed the video, like and share the video and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.